Amy, what are you doing?
What does it look like?
It looks like you're about to drink a bottle of wine.
Well, not an entire bottle, but I am pouring a glass. Want one?
Why not? We are at UC Davis. We are known for our wine school.
Our Viticulture and Enology department. We grow wine grapes. We make wine. We teach the next generation of grape growers and winemakers.
And now UC Davis can finally sell wine to anyone old enough to drink it, legally.
Including the wine made by students. Before this, our perfectly good wines were poured down the drain because it was illegal to sell them, not without a specific exemption in state law, believe it or not.
What a waste, and not very sustainable.
Exactly. It took more than a decade to fix. Honestly, you could say it took 145 years because that's how long the department's been around.
Really?
Yeah. Did you know that?
No, I don't. I mean, how long has UC Davis even been around?
Well,
that's longer than UC Davis.
It is. We were UC Berkeley. We were Cal. Anyway. And I'm pouring this nice Cabernet Sauvignon, the most widely planted grape in the world, not just because the holidays are coming and, well, wine goes with everything, but
because we're going to be talking about wine in this episode of Unfold.
Yeah, and here's something I just learned. Cabernet Sauvignon is a cross between Cabernet Franc and Sauvignon Blanc.
Is it Franc or Franc?
Is it Franc?
I do not know.
Cabernet, tomato?
Sure.
Base boss? I don't know. It's a UC Davis discovery, though. It was discovered back in the 1990s.
That's awesome. So, besides the holiday meals, why are we talking about wine now?
Do we need an excuse?
Fair. But I have heard that Gen Z isn't drinking as much, and the wine industry is feeling it.
Yeah, you mean the low no alcohol movement, as it's called?
Oh, well, I didn't know it had a name.
Yes.
And I keep seeing headlines saying any amount of alcohol is bad for you. And on top of that, some farmers in California are actually ripping out vineyards.
Yeah. So as the holidays approach, it does make you wonder what's happening to the wine on our tables.
Let's pour a glass and find out.
Coming to you from UC Davis, this is Unfold. I'm Amy Quinton.
And I'm Kat Curlin.
Kat, I read that global wine consumption has fallen to a 6-decade low.
Where'd you get that figure?
From the International Organization of Vine and Wine. You don't check that every day?
Not most days.
Okay, well, and U.S. wine consumption has dipped almost 6%. So I asked UC Davis agricultural economist Daniel Sumner what's going on.
Wine consumption per capita has been going down for a long time. And just recently, it's dipped even further down. We don't know if that's a long-run phenomenon. That is, the recent dip is just a dip and it'll come back, or whether it's an acceleration of the decline.
So why is it declining?
Lots of reasons, and they're more tangled than you'd think.
Of course.
But let's start close to home. California bottled wine. It's taken a big hit.
Like how big?
Pretty much a collapse in one of our biggest markets.
One of the things that's happened here this year for California is that Canada has just decided they're not buying California wine. And it wasn't tariffs. It wasn't the tariffs were put on. It was that there's been an anti-U.S. sentiment.
So blame Canada?
Or blame politics. Canada is normally our biggest export market for bottled wine, and U.S. exports to Canada dropped an estimated 91% this year.
It's hard to get Canadians mad at you, but we succeeded. And they said, heck with you.
Okay, but Canada can't be the whole story.
No, there's a lot more, and it's worrisome. Ben Montpetit, the chair of the UC Davis Viticulture and Enology department, says the wine industry is being hit from all sides.
There are pressures on the industry from things like wildfires and viruses and pests and disease in vineyards. California is thought to slightly be oversupplied right now in wine. So any of these individual things the industry has dealt with before, but for whatever reason, they've all decided to happen now at the same time.
He also says wine is competing with newer alcohol products.
Right, like hard seltzers, hard teas, and canned cocktails.
Exactly. They're fun, different, in cans, so they're easy to toss in a cooler.
And there are so many flavors.
Yeah, I like to call them alcohol pops. They're my unofficial term, I know.
Can I visit your freezer?
Because they taste so sweet. Ben says wine can sometimes seem less accessible, right? It's sometimes more expensive, something you save for a special occasion.
Like sparkling wine during the holidays.
Yeah. The other problem, demographics are also shifting. Baby boomers are aging and people tend to drink less as they get older. That hasn't happened with me, though. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, give me another couple decades, maybe I'll get there. And Gen Z isn't drinking much at all. Plus, all these low or no alcohol products.
Yeah, Daniel says we still don't know which factor is having the biggest impact.
No economic research, serious econometric research has yet teased all of that out. There's lots of us thinking about it and working on it. But as you can imagine, separating how much of it is this generation versus that generation, how much of it, of the demand shift is a tariff versus people in Canada weren't going to drink as much wine anyway, all of these things are hard.
So we've got shifting demographics, anti-U.S. sentiment, tariffs, new products, declining alcohol use. No wonder farmers are ripping out vines.
Nearly 40,000 acres this year, about 7% of California's wine grape acreage.
But the cultural shift away from alcohol seems like the biggest threat. I saw a Gallup poll that found only 54% of Americans drink alcohol at all, mainly because they believe even moderate drinking is unhealthy.
Well, we'll get to the health piece in a minute. But first, I asked Ben about the low and no alcohol movement, and he thinks it could be an opportunity.
One could look at the no or low alcohol product as a alternative beverage that these grapes can go into. So our farmers can continue to grow grapes, they can continue to harvest these grapes, and now they have another product.
Which makes me wonder, how do you make a no alcohol wine, right? It's fermentation.
Yeah, isn't that just grape juice?
That's what I thought. But Ben says when yeast ferments grape juice, it does a lot more than just convert all that sugar in the grape into ethanol. It changes, uses, and adds many other compounds to ultimately make something that doesn't taste like juice at all. Or as Ben, also a microbiologist, put it,
that magical conversion that happens through the action of microbiology.
Sounds like a guy who likes his work. I like that. Okay, so how do you get the alcohol out?
Exactly what I asked.
The ethanol has certain chemical characteristics, its size, polarity, solubility, other things, boiling point, etc. And you can use those characteristics to remove ethanol. It's a chemical engineering problem of sorts. So there are vacuum distillation technologies or filtration technologies that can remove that compound.
Which sounds a little expensive, but Ben says you can't remove only the ethanol.
So what ends up happening is you remove a family of compounds that have similar characteristics, and that includes some of those flavor compounds.
So it doesn't taste the same.
It may not have all the flavors and sensory characteristics of regular wine.
Another challenge for the wine industry.
Yeah, and then there's the health question, and a lot of confusion around it.
Right. We know excessive amounts of alcohol can be unhealthy.
Yeah, and we don't even need to list everything. But I will. High blood pressure, heart and liver disease, strokes, a weakened immune system. But let's talk about moderate amounts. That's 1 drink or fewer for women per day, or 2 or fewer for men.
I've heard no amount of alcohol is healthy.
Ben says what the science shows, at least so far, is that it depends.
So if you consider heart health, it can have a positive effect, but it has a documented negative effect when it comes to rates of breast cancer in men and women.
Research shows moderate drinking raises breast cancer risk by about 5% for women, 3% for men. But a National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine report found that moderate drinkers tend to live slightly longer on average than people who never drink.
Sorry, my first thought was cool, that's me. But that is confusing.
It is. Most of these studies rely on people self-reporting how much they drink, and we haven't had any major clinical trials yet, so it's hard to draw firm conclusions. But what I take from it, and what Ben says as well, is this. Whether moderate drinking is right for you is a conversation you should have with your doctor.
Totally. I mean, that makes sense. I imagine wine, low alcohol, no alcohol, or regular, will still be on holiday tables.
Or maybe even UC Davis student-made wine. It is for sale now, and proceeds go to student scholarships.
Nice. You can find out more about UC Davis wine sales at our website, ucdavis.edu/unfold.
We'll also provide links to some of those studies, and you can find them there. I'm Amy Quinton.
And I'm Kat Curlin. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful holiday season.
Cheerful. And cheers.
Chin chin. Salud.
Unfold is a production of UC Davis. Original music for Unfold comes from Damien Verrett and Curtis Jerome Haynes. Additional music comes from Blue Dot Sessions.